Hello, Instagram! Welcome to Friday Night Live with Warikoo. Today is Friday night, it's 10 p.m. Every week we go live for an hour just discussing everything that there is to life. Questions about careers, about entrepreneurship, about life, about anything at all. And we've had a lot of fun in the last few weeks. For those who were there last week, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We ran into misdialed numbers, we had some fantastic conversations, and we're back to do the same. The way this works is I bring on callers who come live with me. We have a chat, they ask me a question, and that's the way it works 10 to 11 every Friday night. I hope all of you had a good week, and this is a great way to unwind. All right. Hey, and of course, I see Atharv here, and Atharv had a really good time last live. It's there on my story. Atharv is this really young, talented guy who just pinged, was commenting, got connected with someone else called Nippon, and the next thing you know, doors opened up. And that's the magic of connections. That's why I love the power of connections. And it's just wonderful. All right, let's get the first caller on board. Did I say 11? It's 10 a.m. Fuck, it's 10 p.m. Hi, Manish.
Uh, hello, Ankur. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I am also doing great. I just can't, believe. Is this real?
It is.
You'll
It
not believe.
is.
This is the very first time I'm trying something on Instagram, and you're the very first person I'm being online.
I am so happy to hear that. It's it, it
Uh,
I hope this gives you the confidence to try out more things that you have been hesitating to try.
yes, I'll definitely do that. So last week I was, constantly thinking about way too many questions, but I was just thinking if I had only one chance to ask you one question, uh, all I could ask is this one question. So I'll just put it in perspective. I don't know if I'm putting it out properly. At times there are situations where when I find it difficult to create, uh, form an opinion. So there are way too many things happening around us, be it politics or be it about technology. There are always people who talk about the technology and talk against the technology. So in such conditions, when I listen to all these people, they have all the good things, like I told, and the bad things. So at times it becomes really difficult to judge on what kind of perspective should I keep towards this particular topic, or what kind of opinion should I, take up to this particular thing. So that's what my question is. How do we, generally come up with an opinion that's unique to my
And
own
and
self?
and I have a follow-on question for that before I answer. Why is the forming of an opinion important?
Uh, just in cases like social places, whenever there is a discussion happening, and you also have some point of view to keep in front of people, but at times you need to think if my opinion is out there in the right place, or is this opinion, if this opinion will be accepted by most of the people, or how do we go about it, like what's the
Okay.
thing
No,
behind
I
it?
love it. I love the honesty of the question. It's a very valid question, and I have a very different take on this. But here's how I think about this. Most people, when they're giving their opinion, are giving their opinion only to create an identity for themselves in your eyes. I'll say this at one spot. Most people, when they're giving an opinion, they really don't care about what you think of the opinion. What they care about is what they think, what you think about them. And the opinion is a way to get there. That's the same trap you're falling into as well when you force yourself to think that I need to have an opinion because until I don't have an opinion, people will not have an opinion about me. And that's the trap. I personally operate the following way. If I am in a group of people where a topic is being discussed that I have no idea about, I find the best merit in staying quiet and not having any opinion at all. Because if I don't speak, I listen. And when you listen, you may get to hear something new. When you speak, you don't get to hear anything new because you're just speaking about something that you already know. Only when you listen do you get to hear something new. So I will always listen. And if people will even ask me, hey, do you have an opinion on that? I will be upfront and saying, I don't have any opinion. I'm just listening to all of you. I really don't have a point of view on this. It's new, it's fresh, it's something that I'm not sure of. And you may think they'll think of you as dumb. You may think that they'll think of you as not smart. You may think that they think of you as not capable. But guess what? It doesn't matter. Because being on the surface is the worst thing you want to do. You don't want to be Joey from Friends who thinks that he can go through encyclopedias and then be ready for a conversation. You want to be someone who knows what they're saying or doesn't know and is willing to learn. That'll be my way of thinking about this. In a work situation where you may be asked for an opinion and you just can't get out of it, personally, I have always found merit in saying, I don't have a firm opinion right now, but I can definitely come back to you in X days, weeks, hours. And then I will devote myself to get to the depth of whatever is it that I have to form an opinion on. Instead of just blurting and vomiting out whatever you feel is the right thing to do because you feel trapped that someone's asking for a question or someone's asking for your opinion. So, long story short, I'll ask you to step back. Don't fall in the trap of giving an opinion so that people have a high opinion of you. Instead, form your opinion through a very well-informed way or process or path, and don't hesitate to say, I don't know.
Oh, all right, all right. I just love the fact that you're so clear in your mind and it has directly gone inside. So I'll definitely think about it. Thank you very much.
That's such a terrific response. Thank you so much. All the best, man. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Hey,
Hi, Simran.
hi. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just going. Yeah.
Wonderful. Are you always this soft, or is it
Yeah.
something that you are?
I
Okay,
think.
wonderful. I love it. I wasn't judging. I was just asking.
No, it's right. Yeah.
But where are you from, Simran?
I'm from Faridabad. So
Oh,
yeah.
great. मैं खिड़की से बाहर देखूंगा तो तुम देखोगी.
Not
Okay.
really. I don't live near where you live. For some reason, I know where you live.
Okay. All right. We will bump into each other.
Yeah.
What do you do, Simran?
I'm working at Bank of Ireland right now. I'm in Dublin. I live in Dublin. I'm from
Oh, you
Faridabad.
live.
I live in Dublin.
What a humble brag.
No.
I am from Faridabad. I just happen to be in Dublin right now.
No.
I don't know how it happened. Like, I literally got up in Faridabad, and the next thing I know, I pressed request for IG Live, and I was in Dublin. Like,
No.
Okay, no, sorry, I'm just pulling your leg.
Yeah.
So you, I can't get over this. All right, so you work for the Bank of Ireland,
Yeah.
and I am super curious to know, how is the situation there in Dublin in general? Are people completely not masking? They don't care what the thing is, or is there a protocol?
No, it's like so our graph is, what do you say?
Plateau.
Flattened. Yeah, it's flattened. So there are not a lot of cases here. So it's pretty.
All
So
right.
it's like 20 cases a day. So it's fine.
Oh, well, that's very manageable. Okay.
Not as bad as in India.
Yeah, definitely not. Absolutely not. And then, how long have you been there in Dublin?
I'm here for 2 years now. I'll complete 2 years in September. Yeah.
Wonderful. Very nice. I've heard lovely things about Dublin. I've never
Yeah, it's
been
very
there.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very vibrant because a lot of e-commerce companies are there in Dublin, and it's supposed to be a very cosmo place where a lot of young blood is there and so on.
Yeah.
Very nice. Are you enjoying yourself, or do you miss home?
A little bit. Like, I'm looking forward to come home someday, hopefully in December sometime, whenever this whole thing gets.
Nothing like Faridabad, I tell
Yeah,
you.
I know.
Nothing beats Faridabad.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. And were you working before you joined Bank of Ireland?
No, it's my first job.
So this was your first job, and did you work at all in India, or you straight away went to
Dublin? No, straight away went for my master's and then joined. Yeah.
Okay, so and did you do your master's from Dublin?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So that makes sense. Great.
Yeah.
So for people who were wondering, boss, how does one go from Faridabad to Dublin in the first job itself? Simran was smart. She went to Ireland for a master's, and that's how she got this job. That's how. Be like Simran. Okay. Simran, do you have a question for me?
Yeah. So my question is, like, I try and be very active on LinkedIn. Like, at least I try and I get connected with a lot of people, but I don't know. I think how to connect with the right people, if you know what I mean. Like, I get connected to a lot of incoming students who keep asking me questions, and I don't mind answering them, and it's all fine. But I just don't connect to the right people, and the others are like, "Hi, how are you?" I don't want to tell you how are you, how I am on LinkedIn. So I just don't know how to connect with the right people. And I've seen you are very active there. So
and when you say connect with the right people, Simran, describe who the right people are in your mind.
like someone in my field, essentially, or someone who I want to be like, in like how I want my career to be like. So
got it. All right, awesome, wonderful. That's a good question. And I incidentally did a video on this, Simran, and so you should go to my YouTube channel and search for a video called How to Network. But I'll give you a gist of it because I think it's very important. And you asked a question that's applicable to a lot of people. Here's the best way to connect with people on LinkedIn. The way to do that is you actually follow them actively on LinkedIn, follow their content. What is it that they post about? What is it that they share? What is it that they write? And then engage with that content in a meaningful manner. If you just drop a message to anyone and saying, "Hey, I want to be connected," the thing is, why would they want to be connected? They don't want to be connected. They have enough connections. They have enough inbounds. Just the way you get a lot of inbounds from students who want to become you, they get a lot of inbounds from people like you who want to become them. So the question you have to ask yourself is, which student inbounds do I respond to, not because I feel I should, but because I feel that they did something which stood out. And it'll always be someone who connected to some story of yours that you didn't even know people knew about. It was something about you, something that you said, something that you wrote, something that you've done in the past, which people were able to connect with. That individual was able to form some sort of a connection that was just displaying a little bit of hard work than just being lazy, saying, "Hey, Simran, can you help me, blah, 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 blah." And that's the same thing you have to do. It's the exact same thing that you have to do, which is write to them, but write to them in a manner that they feel and know you have worked hard to write that message. And that will mean you will have to pick up a message at a time. You'll have to do one at a time, and not be like, select all, send request. Not like that. It literally has to be painfully done with the right research, but trust me, your hit rate will increase manifold. And I love the fact that you at your young age are already thinking about things like these, because if you begin to do it, and there should ideally not be any hurry, you're still way too young. But if you do this right and you do it over a 6-month period or a 12-month period, you will begin to see the power of that network play out. It's brilliant. I'm a witness to that. And I'm sure you've seen that journey that I have gone through on LinkedIn. And I would say that it's brilliant. So please start today, but spend that effort that people deserve because of where they are, and you will then get what you want.
Yeah, and I think LinkedIn is a very good sort of place to connect, because we had an event in our college and we connected to you through LinkedIn, and you actually came for it. So that's how I started following you, and so yeah, it's
awesome.
A very good place. Yeah.
Wonderful. No, I'm so glad, and it absolutely works. It's a great social network.
Exactly.
I will heavily endorse it. So I'm glad you're thinking the right way. Just be thoughtful about it. Spend your time in writing every single message in the way that tells them, okay, Simran put some effort in it. It's not a lazy email. There was one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Awesome. Have a good day. Take care. Bye, Simran.
Bye.
Hi, Nipun.
I wasn't expecting this, but okay.
Well, you know what? It is. Where are you from, Nipun?
From a place called Bhilai, but I stay in Mumbai.
Okay,
Bhilai is good. Yeah.
great. We thank you for clarifying because we did had a I'm from Faridabad, stay in Dublin moment. So
If you
you're
had
from
a good
Bhilai, and
geography, I'm sure you would know what Bhilai is because it's very famous
uh,
textile.
no, of course, most people know Bhilai, and it's one of the biggest steel towns in the country. So why wouldn't?
Had Bhilai, oh Jharkhand, so that's how I judge people.
And what do you do in Bombay?
So I ran my own startup, which I started right in the lockdown, and because I quit my job right in March. So this is into helping students, just like how I help Athar, helping students connecting to relatable mentors, and also we teach them skills like cold emailing, networking, because it's just that I've been beaten by taking on to something that like we just settled in for something that is lesser to my potential. So I don't want students to just settle in for something that's not doing justice to their potential. And simultaneously for part time, I do love working for content. So right now I'm working part time with Josh Skills and creating the courses that you've already created for others to learn.
Wonderful. I am so glad to hear that. That's quite a handful. So you helping students get some direction through mentors, which is brilliant. I love that. And then you're also helping contribute to content creation, which is brilliant. And I love your skills for what they are. It's just
I
incredible.
have to do your course as a part of just to understand how to make such similar courses. So I have to do it.
Okay, they've set that as a benchmark, but no, there's some really good courses in there, and
Yeah,
it's
and I think
incredible.
the kind of target audience they cater to is it's so important to reach there and send
Exactly,
inspiration. That's a very
exactly,
different content to create. So I was into
exactly.
TikTok to just understand what they consume and how they get inspired, and I'm sad it's gone now.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're talking about, and you're so right. You're absolutely right, Nipun. All right, do you have a question for me, Nipun?
I do. Oh my God, I have a lot of them. I was not prepared, but yes. Um, so my question to you is, and this is something that when even Athar came, this was in my head. That a lot of generation right now, especially the ones on Twitter and the ones who follow Naval Ravikant a lot, and people like you and Kunasha a lot, are into that zone that our time matters to us and we won't work under somebody and all of these things. Comparing their time with money, I texted you about that as well. So my question to you is, I'm at that stage when I need to hire people, and I'm not sure if I am in that state when I can keep somebody under me and not do justice with their time. So
Hmm.
when you say this, do you also not everybody can be an entrepreneur, not everybody can be a leader or can have their own company. So how
Yeah.
do you come to terms with the fact that I don't want to treat my team like something that's somebody that's working under me or giving their time to me, and if I'm not able to do justice to them. So what is this idea of the entire generation? If they get inspired by Naval, then not everybody can start their own companies who's going to work for them.
No,
So
so
how do
so
you just
that
think about
it's a great question, Nipun, and let me paraphrase the question to get this, which
it?
is
Yeah.
if you're living amongst people, all of whom seemingly want to become entrepreneurs, then how do you really get an entrepreneur to work under you or with you? Because they might as well just go on and do on their own. And here's the truth. The truth is this is an echo chamber where
Right.
we believe that this is how people are, but that's nearly not true. You're a very wise girl, and I've seen your thoughts come through, so I know you know what I'm talking about. 99% of the world wants to be led. 99% of the world wants direction. 99% of the world likes to be told what needs to be done, and then they need the autonomy and the freedom to do it in the best manner possible that they think it is. And that's not such a bad thing. It's nearly not. There is just so much
Yeah.
pop culture around starting up and entrepreneurship, and you have to start on your own. Why would you want to work with someone else? Why would you want to work for someone else? Why would you want to work under someone, so on and so forth? But the truth is, there is psychological, emotional merit in working and pursuing stability, having a sense of security. And entrepreneurship is really brutal. You know that. You started it, so you're
Yeah.
getting the first feel of it. It is bloody brutal. So you don't want to get into that trap where you think everyone's like you. That's nearly not true. And the best thing you can do is recognize what the motivation and inspiration for people are and give them the best opportunities for them to get to that. That doesn't mean they have to start up. In fact, you'll be surprised how very few want to. But
Yeah.
that's actually the case. It is not that you bring people who are in a startup or working in a startup and suddenly you feel that everyone wants to start up. That's not true.
Yeah. No, that's so true. I think social media puts us into such echo chambers, and I've been really scared of it recently because sometimes you just read and you just consume the same thoughts that everybody around you is, and it's so important to just dig out time to read something that's completely out of it, like completely out of your echo chamber, which you have no clue about. That's so
Exactly.
true. Yeah.
So I used to work with Amazon as a quality analyst. So I was a risk management, content risk management manager. But now I quit and I'm doing music full time. So that's what I've been doing.
I love it. I love it. I totally love it. How long have you been a musician?
So what happened was when I did my engineering, right? So I was doing my electrical and electronics engineering. By the time I finished it, I figured that music is something that I really like. And then I started working on my music, but at the same time, I needed some money to work on my music. So I started working with Amazon, and I worked with them for about 3 years. And at the same time, I recorded and released and put out a few songs. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's time for me to like try and like put my whole effort into music just to see where I get. I still have my plan B, which is the Indian mentality, right? Which is engineering. But at the end of the day, if I don't put my full effort into something, I don't think I will know for sure that what I'm doing is right. So
I love this. I genuinely love this. I have an entire curriculum about spending your 20s the way you just described, because what you want to do is spend time in getting to understand what is it that you love, what is it that you're good at, and what is it that the world needs. But you have to be practical, which is what you were saying. I still got to feed myself. I still got to pay the bills. So why don't I do whatever the fuck is required for me to do, but continue to devote myself to my passion? And at some point in time, the passion will unlock itself and make money for me. But it's a long journey, and I'm glad you panned it out. And I cannot be more excited for you.
Thank you so much.
We would all love to hear whatever is it that you want to sing for us.
For sure. Saw a bird, you were chirping by the door, listening to my first song. It was about a girl who I met when I was young.
Wow.
She was windy, I had some beautiful life, colorful smile, soft-spoken words, she had it all.
Wow.
Breaker of hearts, true form of art, she was perfect in every way. And only her, he then took it all to her, hoping she would understand. There is a boy, he is yearning for your heart. He is at the knee, said, truth in his voice, simple and white, innocent thoughts, he had it all. Where do I start? Where to begin? Please, so just please work it out. Oh, by then the roses stopped in front of me. I see her walk across the road. kept my eye, and she smiled right back at me. Oh, my heart's still beating for her. All along various fields we walk together. Things have never been this good. She looks at me with all the love that she owns the air, shining like the morning light. Faith is all we have, hope is all we share. Love is in the air, we have it all. Together we build a new form of forever, a life that we call our own.
Awesome. This is brilliant, man. I loved it, Kevin. You have
Thank you.
such a wonderful voice. This was so soothing. This was just so melodramatic. Sorry, so melodious. It is just beautiful, man. I loved it. I loved
Melodramatic is my life.
Yeah, no. You know what? Here was the best comment of all, and I heard it, I read it, and it just made me. It says it was a third was saying, "I'm missing the girlfriend I never had," and that is just, you made us miss someone, irrespective of whether we have someone to miss in our lives or not. And that's the power of your music. I love it, Kevin. This is just brilliant.
Thank you.
Please continue to pursue it. I'm so glad that you've taken this decision to pursue it full time.
Thank you so much.
I loved it. I'm a fan. I'm a supporter. I'm going to follow you right away, and I'm going to keenly observe and trace your journey. And thank you for
so
sharing
much.
your music with us. It
That
is
means a
genuinely
lot.
a joy.
Is it okay if I send you my songs after I'm done?
Please do that. Please do that. And a lot of people were asking for your Spotify link if there is one. So if you can just share that, I will absolutely cut a snippet of this and just post it out. The world should listen to this for sure.
So what happened was 2 days back, I went live with Abhish Matthew.
Oh, nice.
And he asked me to put up he gave me a 24-hour challenge where I had to put out this song as an acoustic version, like how I'm playing it. So I did that as well. That's on my Instagram. And the song is out on Spotify, Apple Music, and all other platforms if you want to listen to it. But I will definitely link it to you for sure.
Wonderful, man. Do that.
Thank you so much for giving me this platform to sing to you.
No, you're super talented, man. I'm so glad that we got this opportunity. Thank you for requesting, and I'm really happy that I signed up.
No, man,
Great,
it's incredible that you're giving this platform even to me, because as a musician, it's in India especially, it's very, very tough to get to people, and to convince people to listen to English music is even it's tougher. So I've been trying my best to push my music to as many people as possible. Sometimes there are nasty comments, but I've gotten used to it. It's become like a thing for me now. I've just gotten used to it. As you keep growing, it happens, right? At some point.
This journey will change you, Kevin. This journey will change you in more meaningful ways than you can possibly imagine. Get ready for the ride of a lifetime, and this is just getting started. I am so excited for you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
All the best, man. Take care.
Thank you. You have a great night.
You too, man. Kevin. All the best. I loved it. And someone rightly pointed out, this was like musicals with Warikoo today. And isn't that what is the beauty of life? I have less than 1 minute to go. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a genuinely fun live session, and I'm so glad that we got to do this. Sign in next Friday, 10 p.m. We do this every Friday night, 10 p.m. Just an hour of anything and everything that could possibly happen. We run into anything that we're nearly not even prepared for, and that's the best way to start our weekend. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the attention. God bless. Stay safe. This is Warikoo signing off. Good night. Have a lovely weekend. Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so that whenever we put up a new video, you're aware of it.